Hello everyone and welcome back to the studio here in Northumberland on a beautiful sunny day. And today it's going to be watercolour pencils. Watercolour pencils, fabulous little medium. Really handy for taking out on location with you, and also for if you're going on holiday. Just take a tin of watercolour pencils, a couple of brushes, pad of paper, that's it, that's all you need. And you can get all the colours you need out on location. And then you can either make them into a full-blown painting afterwards when you get home, or you can make the painting as you're going with watercolour pencils. And the beauty of them is you don't need to make it into a painting on that day. You can just do your drawing with the colours on and then come back, and even months later, years later, put water on and it makes it into a watercolour painting. Lovely, lovely medium. And I don't need a photograph or anything for the one that I'm going to do today, because it's a theme that I know really well. So now for the reading glasses and my pencils. And what I'm going to do, somebody asked me the other day, what do you use to do the drawing for a watercolour pencil painting? Well, I use light blue. Yeah, light blue, there we go. And it's a very light colour, obviously it's called light blue. And also, when you put the water on, any line that you've got left will disappear, because it's watercolour pencils, it'll just become paint. So there's the top of the sea. It's only going to be a small painting, this one. Even though I've got a big piece of paper, I'm going to tape it off in a minute. But there. And that's going to end about there. Across there, like so. And like I say, this is a scene I know really well. Now some grasses, grasses. There you go, there. Sand dune type grasses. Like that, and a little bit here. And this is down on Drawridge Bay, my local beach. That's about 1.5 miles from the house. Like there. And they extend a little bit more there. Yeah, that's better. And now, here's the path that leads down to the beach. Now, within that drawing, I'm going to put some colour on. And I'm going to start off with a little bit of, I'll do the sea first. This is Prussian blue. I'm just a bit stuck on there. You can tell me about that bit, Gav.
See it?
Prussian blue. And I'm going on light strokes. Now, watercolour pencils, just like any pencil, the harder your pen press on, the harder your pencil line. The harder you press on with these, the stronger the colour. And this is very light. That's a little bit of Prussian blue. I'll leave a few light bits here and there as well. A few white bits, should I say. Bits there. And again, very light stroke. A few squiggly bits, look.
Good at squiggly bits.
I'm good at squiggly bits, you're right. I was going to say the red wine helps the squiggly bits, but I don't drink that much red wine these days.
No, reformed character.
I don't know, I don't try to be reformed, I'm just off it a bit. I know I've always been off it, but yeah. Now, a tiny touch of, what's this one? Sap green, yeah. No, I'm lying. I'm going to go for the night green. It's called night green. And it's got a heavy blue content, this. Again, very light strokes. And be aware when you putting the colours on. Practice will teach you what's going to happen when you put the water on afterwards. So practice with these. then you know what's going to happen. It's not too much of a shock to you when the water goes on. I'm going to have a little bit of that just there.
You could try it to the side of the paper, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. Well said, Gail.
Ah,
You're clever, you, aren't you?
oh,
That because you're a mank.
you won't believe how clever I am.
In it. Now, a little bit of canary yellow. Woo. That's exciting, isn't it? A bit of canary yellow. Again, fairly light.
Not in the sea and the sand.
What?
I thought you were putting canary yellow in the sea.
No, I'm not
You didn't
putting
understand.
canary yellow in the sea. Don't be silly now. Don't get beyond yourself.
That was a bit controversial.
Light strokes again, look. Somebody's going to complain about the noise of the pencil, eh?
Anyway, it's your fault. You didn't say you were doing the sand.
I'm not doing sand. I'm doing a beach. Now, a little bit of Van Dyke brown. Again, Van Dyke brown. These pencils, by the way, Dale Rowney. Well, I say Dale Rowney. It's Lyra, which is part of the Dale Rowney group. Part of the Feeler group, which everyone belongs to. Bit of raw under there. Very lightly again. There. And now, later on I'm going to have some people on this beach. I've just decided that, girl.
Yeah,
You see, I made an executive decision.
you did. You didn't ask me first, did you?
No, well, you know what that
Went-
makes me,
you
don't
just
you?
went
you know
ahead.
you know what that makes me, don't you?
What?
A director.
I think it makes you brave.
Okay. Bit of canary yellow there, look. Lots of colours in this grass. Sorry, grass. And that's very bright. Oh dear Lord, look how bright that is.
Brighter than you.
Well, brighter than me. But, excuse me. Excuse me.
Ooh.
Bit there. I'm going to smell that over here as well. This is just like a kid's drawing with colour.
Right, it is.
Excuse me.
Has to be said. It does look like a kid's drawing.
And then when you put colour on, it becomes a picture.
I know you'll transform it. She said,
Yeah.
hopefully.
You're hoping. By the way, you'll notice I've only taped the top and the bottom of this paper, and that's because, a little bit more of that there, that's because I shall tape off when I've come across as far as I want to go with the drawing. Now, a little bit of this one, Venetian red. What controversial colours going on here, girl?
I'm sure you know what you're doing.
Not really. Have I ever painted this before? I don't think I have.
No, you haven't. It's a first.
This is where Frank and Bert rush off down onto the beach.
Yeah. I've been there, but I haven't seen it painted.
This is where Frank and Bert rush off to the beach and I try to get down on my bottom without slipping.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I know the feeling.
Few bits of that. Now, a little bit of that night green again. No, I'll leave that to the last. A little bit of sap green. And just colour it all in.
I expect people are thinking, well, I could do this.
Well, yes,
Thing is, yes,
yes, they can.
they can. Exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm pleased I pointed that out there. It's a good job we laugh, you know, because we don't get paid for this.
That's very true.
And some down here. I don't like that.
It's a bit of a squiggle, isn't it?
It is.
Better.
Thank you for telling me.
I didn't like to say, but
What's a change?
I wasn't too keen on that stroke myself.
What's a change?
I know.
You're not opening your goal.
Sometimes discretion is
When
better
did that?
part of Valor.
When did that happen? Then? Just now. Now a little bit of Van Dyke brown. I don't want too much on that. The light in this one, by the way, is going to be coming from the right here. So I'm going to darken that area quite a bit. Lots of different colours in this. Right. What's the name of the sand dune grasses? Is it mallam grass or something like that?
Could be, I don't know. Colour. No, it's not colour.
Don't try street lighting me now. I ask a simple question.
I don't know.
Well,
Google it in the next
why
gap.
didn't you just say I didn't know?
Oh, I don't like to do that. I'll Google it in the next gap.
All that. And a few bits up here. And the paper I'm using, again, Dale Rowney. And this is the Langton Rough, 300 gram or 200 pounds, whichever language you're in. Over there. And now some night green, that dark green that I used in the sea, remember? But it is quite a heavy blue content. Look, pressing on hard there. You see how blue it is? Look at there. You see that? Yeah. There. And this is what I'm saying. If you're on holiday or you're just out for the day, sit in a corner somewhere, make sure you take your litter home with you, and just sit and do a drawing. But it's a colour drawing. Then afterwards, when you get home, a bit of water, stroke on, and make it into a painting. Fabulous for taking on holidays. Have I said that already?
Yeah, a few times.
But I'm going to repeat it because it's true. It's a mess, but it'll be right. Now to the path. Path. And I've gone to gold ochre. And I'm pressing on a little bit harder, like I did with the grasses, really. Getting closer, getting stronger. Oh, there's some good complaints on this one, girl. Listen to that noise.
It's a bit loud.
Everybody that can complain, switch off now. We don't want you watching. Bit of that. I'll smell that down here as well. Gold ochre. Harder there, look. Nice and strong. I'm pressing on really hard with the pencil. It's like I say, if you want a weaker colour, don't press on as hard. If you want it good and strong, press on hard. I'll smell that over here as well. Like so. Now, a little bit of Van Dyke brown. Nice and lightly now. And incidentally, with the watercolour pencils, if you've got a normal sketchbook, they're good in those with just ordinary cartridge paper. The sketchbooks I carry, again, Dale Rowney, are acid-free, acid-free cartridge paper. A little bit stronger there. And a little bit down here. Just to edge that, look. There. Now, all I've done is I've taped off the sides. You can see where I finished the drawing there, but I should be filling that in again later. And so now it's time for the sky. Got a lot of scribbly drawing there. You can imagine if you did that in your sky and then coloured in, you're going to have a few scratchy marks in your sky, which you don't want. So instead, with the Prussian blue, I'm going to take the paint off of the pencil, like so. Easy as that.
Using your
Using my...
three quarters.
Hang on, I'll tell them. using my 3/4 inch brush. Gail can't stand the fact that I was right about the grass. It's called marrow grass. And I was right, you see. And just paint on like so. So now she's going to get every word in she can just to prove herself right. Like that. And somebody rang the office this morning to place an order for stuff. And as it so happens, it was watercolour pencils. And he said, oh, I watch your videos, I love the interaction between you and your camera person. I said, that's Gail who you've just spoken to. He said, yeah, I know that. I said, yeah. I managed to shut her up for a second by talking to you myself. Now, going around there. See how easy a sky is? Take the paint off the pencil. Bit stronger there, look. A couple of bits there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Bit down that. Now, it's wet, so it's a watercolour now. Just like any watercolour. Wash out, squeeze out, take some clouds out. And that's how easily you can do a sky in watercolour pencil. Not there. Take out a little bit there. Now, just like any watercolour, obviously, if I carry on wetting here, the sea is going to bleed up a little bit into the sky. Don't want that. So I'll just leave that to dry for about 2 or 3 minutes and then come back to it. Now, the sky more or less dry. So now it's just a matter of wetting the bits that I've drawn before. Incidentally, I've only got 2 brushes here. 3/4 inch flat, number 8 inch round. Number 8, not 8 inch, number 8 round. And a 3/4 inch flat. And as you can see, these I use for my acrylics as well. And these are, again, Aquafine Dale Rowney. Fabulous brushes. Look at the lovely point on that. Lovely. But for the gorgeous. Just with a wet brush. Now, merging those colours that I did for the sea with a wet brush. Across that. Going further forward with the sharp of the brush. Remember to leave those white bits here and there. Like so. Is that sea strong enough, Gail?
Not really.
It's not really, is it?
No, it isn't.
Don't beat the bar's bust. Give me a straight answer, Gail. So what I'll do is I'll go back to my Prussian blue. Take a bit more paint off there, look. Like so. Gain it stronger. Then go back in on it. That better, go?
Yeah.
Thank you. Get a bit more. And incidentally, here's another common question. When you're wetting the pencil, of course the pencil is made of wood, isn't it? Lots of people say, doesn't that ruin the pencil? Doesn't the water go inside the wood? Well, no, otherwise I wouldn't do it. But when I've finished, I'm wiping the pencil out. I'll show that in a second. Across there. Is that better, Gail?
Yeah.
Look, this one I'm talking about. Just wipe the pencil out.
That's what you're wearing, of course.
And now it's dry and ready to draw with again. You're not going to ruin that. These have been on the go for years, these pencils. Now, still with that 3/4 inch wet brush, go into the beach there, look. Merge the colours. Oh, how pretty is that, Gail?
Very pretty.
And down to that. and just wetting. But like I say, if you've got a sketchbook and you've done your drawing in your sketchbook, or just a piece of paper, you can come back and wet it at home. You don't have to wait for weather conditions. Or you can do it in a year or so. Do it, wet it, whatever. It's still going to move and become watercolour paint. Now, still with the same brush. Just dabbing on, starting to merge some of those colours first. Basically what I'm doing is with all those colours on there, I'm making a colour on the brush. Does that make sense, Gav?
Yes, it does.
So that now I can start, come on, look, see? Oh, look at that, Gail.
Well, that's clever, isn't it?
Dear Lord, look at that. I mean, that's clever. Didn't you expect that?
No, I didn't.
Bit there. And merge down
Comes
here.
a complete shock.
A complete shock.
Complete shock.
Now, again, still with that colour I've got on there. Flick up, look at that. All kinds of grasses going on there. Sorry, all kinds of marram grasses going on there. Now, wet that. And the same over here, just a wet brush.
It's also called marram grass in America.
You're trying to cover up your mistake now.
Yeah, just elaborate.
You're just trying to make something out of it, aren't you?
I'm just saying what I found in Google that I told you about.
After I'd already told it that, you mean. Yes. You just can't bear it, can you?
No.
No. Bit of stipple in there, look like that. And again, a few flicky bits there. You see now what a lovely colour that night green is. Bluey green, lovely colour. I don't know what to think about these names, but it's fairly apt in that case. A little bit there. And again, more water on the brush. Wet that bit. And just tap on. I'm just thinking as I'm doing this, do I need it? Do I
Thinking
need
at the
it?
same time.
Hey?
You're thinking at the same time.
Excuse me!
This is new.
Keep the camera still.
Sorry. What were you thinking? Oh,
Oh, you're going to start now, are you?
yeah. Sorry. What were you thinking?
I don't know, I've forgotten now. It doesn't stay in that long. As I'm doing, look, I'm just moving bits closer. Stop it now.
Oh, God.
Don't get giddy. I'm picking paint up there, look. Dropping it out now. Oh, God. This is going to go on for hours.
No, it will. Stop now.
Pick it up there, move it across there. Like that. I was just thinking, do I need to do any people in that thing, do we think? Yeah, we're going to have a couple anyway.
Well, it shows how to do them, doesn't it?
What?
You're going to put people in?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it shows how to put people in, doesn't it? So it's handy.
Okay.
Can I just show the watchers, not the listeners, and the listeners, the picture you did earlier in the week?
Oh, that. The acrylic.
Yeah.
That's a little acrylic. Well thought, Gail.
It's nice, isn't it?
Good job I told you about that.
I know, it's hidden behind the easel, so I just thought I'd show everybody. Right, okay, carry on. As you were.
Thank you. Now, in with the pot, and again. 3/4 inch brush. Throw it in there. Now pick the brown up. Take it up. Oh, God. You're still giggling at your
Still
own
make
joke.
myself laugh. It's good job I make myself laugh.
A little bit there. Now, I'm going to need some shadow in this as well. So now, I'm going to get a little bit of my Russian blue again. Where's the brush and the pen? Ah, there it is. And a little bit of crimson. Actually, it's not crimson, this one.
You just carry on talking to yourself while we look at the picture.
Okay. Oh, God. Who thinks of these names? This one, Pale Geranium Lake.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I thought. So, now, for my shadow, this is another thing you can do with watercolour pencils, mix on the brush. So I've got a bit of my, what did I say it was called?
Geranium.
Pale Geranium Lake. Bit of red and a bit of my cobalt blue. So I'm mixing a colour on the brush, you see. See, that's clever, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Nice colour, that.
And now, just take a bit of shadow across into here. But of course that colour is going on top of other colours, so it's not going to come out bright purple, but it is going to give more depth to everything there. A bit there. Keeping mixing. Bit more red on that. Bit there. And bring that across into the path. And again, mix. Now, some of that into the grass as well there. Look. A bit more water on the brush. There. Just adding a little bit more depth, shadows and stuff, into the grasses. Particularly on this side here. Because like I say, the light's coming from the right. That bit is going to be in shadow. I'll do a little tap on there. A little bit down the bottom of that. And now I just need to let all that dry a little bit, just so that I can get my hand on there to draw some people on this. Now I'm going to do the people. And I've got here black because it's in the box. I don't use black in watercolours, but this is quite a nice one actually. So I'm just going to basically draw people. Don't want them detailed, but a long way off. On there. Now a little bit of dark orange, this one. Press it on fairly hard here.
There's no water or anything, you're just using a pencil.
No, this is just pencil. Now a little bit of light cobalt. It's a new one, isn't it?
Mm.
A bit there. And if you touch them, they're holding hands. Oh, how cute is that, girl?
Very cute. It's like you and me on the beach.
No, it's not. Bit there. Now, a little bit of black. A bit there and a little bit there. A little bit of dark to one side of them, still with the black. Now, at this stage, you can either leave them like that. You don't actually need to put any water on those. And it's an easy way of painting people. If you're scared of painting people, it's as simple as that. I'll just do a big bit here, look. Obviously I use colours, but all it is a blob with another blob there, bigger blob there. and then like an elongated Y there, colour it in. Yeah, that's how easy people can be. But do it in colour. Now, like I say, you don't even need to wet that, but I'll wet it and show you. So have you got a shot of that, girl, so I can see and make a comparison? Now, with my number 8 round brush, nice point there, just wet the blobs. Wet the blobs. And coming down there, and again there. But this time, because I've taken some colour onto the brush, cast a bit of shadow there, look. Now, is that clever or what?
That's very clever. I think it's worth pointing out
What?
that the heads have to be quite small to make them look
Yes,
realistic.
otherwise they'll look like aliens.
Yeah.
There. Now, a few little bits, still with that colour that I've picked up off the brush. Little bits here and there on the beach. A bit there. And now, with that black, we'll move your hand. With that black, a few bods. Bods, that's a technical term, that. And obviously, they're tiny. I don't need to wet them. And there. All I need to do now is take the tape off. And there we go. I've taken the tape off. And that's how simple a watercolour pencil drawing can be. Well, I say a watercolour pencil drawing, a watercolour pencil painting. So, but it can be whatever you want it to be. And these are the tin, this is the tin of pencils that I'm using. As you can see, well used and abused and battered. But they're such lovely strong pigment, these. When you think about it, watercolour pencils, it's just a stick of pigment, watercolour pigment. And I'll just get rid of those for a second. These are the ones, and we do them on the website, charlesevansart.com. Rembrandt watercolour pencils. Tins of 24 or tins of 12. What I would say is get yourself, I mean, there's majority of colours you need in a tin of 12. In a tin of 12 that you actually need. I'll start that again, shall I? There's the majority of colours that you're going to need for landscape in a tin of 12. But just to make sure that you're covered with everything, tin of 24, you've got everything in there. Because some of these sets of watercolour pencils, you see, I mean, some of them are like cabinets with drawers in. There's hundreds of them, and what do you need all those colours for? I don't know. But there we go. You've got everything you need for landscape and people and stuff like that in a 24 or a 12. But the paper I'm using, again, the Langton Rough. And we sell these in either that one or that one. A3 or A4, you know what I mean. And this is lovely paper. Beautiful surface. But on the other side, it's a little bit smoother. But there's no wrong side to paint on, because this paper is internally sized, so both sides are sized. So you can't go wrong with the side. Just depends what you're after. With watercolours, we haven't got a specific book on watercolour pencils, but watercolour pencils are touched on in that one. And if everything goes wrong, you've got that one, which shows you how to rectify your mistakes. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this. Have a go with watercolour pencils, because I think they're a fabulous little medium. As I keep repeating myself, as Gail points out, you can't go wrong if you're going on holiday and you want to do some paintings, or you're just going away for the weekend. You want to do some paintings, but you don't want to take all that kit. Tin of watercolour pencils, a couple of brushes, and a pad of paper. Done. charlesevansart.com, everything's on there, and there's more paintings and videos and all that kind of stuff as well. So hopefully you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.